Hello, welcome everybody. This is Vishan Borich from Team Tough, and you are on the Down and Dirty at 1:30 Central Time. And if you're just joining us for the first time, the whole purpose of these hangouts that I do every Monday at 1:30 Central is to provide you with some extreme value to help you in your life or your business. So today I'm going to be focusing on a big topic that somebody had asked me about recently, and I thought this would be helpful for others to know. So the topic is how to provide value and get a sale today. And where this topic came from really was this particular person was concerned because they felt like they were giving so much away that no one wanted to buy from them. They felt like that, they needed to charge for everything. So I'm going to show you today how you can, number one, provide great value, and number two, what are some things that you can do today in order to get a sale. I mean, ideally we'd like to get one today. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I hope you're excited because I'm giving away the goods. As always, I like to give you as much as I can. So make sure you take good notes, or if you are unable to, I know that we've got a few people that are traveling today. Make sure that you listen and get back. This will be recorded, so you can go back and watch the recording. All right, so are you ready? I hope so. All right, well, most of this particular hangout, I'm going to be flipping the screen around and showing you things that are on my screen. But for now, let's start with the basics. And there are a few, I have an agenda here. I'm looking at my notes. There are a few things I have on my agenda in order to achieve my goal of teaching you how to create great value and achieve a sale today. So the first thing is I want to show you a simple exercise to help you to create great value. Okay. And the second thing, I want to show you how to create great bait. And bait is something of value that you can offer to your customers or potential customers so that you start generating leads. Because the truth is, you have to start generating leads before you can make sales in any business. Most people will not buy on the first try. So you need to start collecting their emails particularly so that you can reach out to them on a regular basis and help educate them on how you can solve whatever problem that they have. And then finally, I'm going to show you a quick way that you can, in fact, make a sale today, assuming you already have your value product ready. Okay, so now that you know the agenda, I'm going to flip my screen around because we're going to go through some notes and things that I've put together for you. And so give me a moment here. All right, hopefully I am presenting to everyone now. So I'm going to start off by just writing down some notes here on my screen so that you all can see them and everything else. So the very first thing that I want you to realize is before you can ever create great value, you have to know who your target audience really is. And I think a lot of folks, they miss the boat entirely when they are marketing their business because they don't specifically know who their audience is, who are they branding themselves to. Because if you're trying to hit everybody, you're not going to be successful. You need to just focus on that specific group of people that want what you have. So if you're in the same business that I'm in, and I'm in the internet marketing business, then what they want is you. They want you, your personality, and they are buying you. They aren't necessarily buying your product, they're buying you. So one of the very biggest secrets that I can give to you, if you want to be extremely successful, and really it doesn't matter if you're even in this business, it could be any business, because I use this in my brick and mortar martial arts studio as well. People who come to my school versus another martial arts school, they come because of me. I know that. And so, either they like me, they like the way I teach, or they don't. And I'm fine with that. You have to be. And obviously, I continually am trying to be a better and better instructor. But I know that the reason that people stay is because they resonate with me as a person, and they like the style of how I teach and the type of martial arts that I teach. So I'm just telling you this because it doesn't matter what business you're in. People buy because of you. So number one, this is a simple exercise that you can go through, okay? So I'm just going to write down this, that people buy because of you. Okay, so that's the biggest thing you need to remember. Okay, and then this is a simple exercise that's going to help you to start creating great value. And before you can create great value, again, you have to know who you're trying to target. So this is your targeting exercise. Okay, so this is going to help you to target. So in order to do this exercise, the first thing that I'm going to assume for you, if you aren't doing this, there are 3 things that you should do every day, okay? Because you can't really target the right audience unless you're doing this, because you have to have an excellent foundation in order to be successful. For the first thing, you need to be focusing on your own personal self-development, okay? So self-development is based on doing things that are going to improve you and your leadership skills and to help you so that you can help others. All of the effective leaders in history devote time to self-improvement. Did you guys hear that? So every effective leader in history and today, they specifically devote time to self-improvement. So if you were to schedule your day, no matter how much time you have in your day, maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 8 hours, maybe it's 10 hours, however, whatever your work schedule is based on, a minimum of 1/4 of your day needs to be on self-development. Okay, that's what I recommend. So for most of us, that's about 30 minutes to an hour. Okay, those of us that are in this crazy internet business that I'm in, I call it crazy because most people don't believe it actually exists, that you can work from your home or no home with just a computer and internet access. And I think it's amazing. I'm so glad that I found this business, and those of you that are in it and on my team, you know what I'm talking about. If this is something that you're just watching, you're watching this hangout to see what I'm all about and what this down and dirty hangout's all about. Basically, I give you business tips. For those of us that are in this business, or if you want to know more about what I do, you can click on the link below this hangout and you're going to get information on the business, and you also be connected to me so that we can have some coaching together. But most importantly, with everyone on my team is self-development. You need to develop yourself. You have to learn how to be a millionaire before you can be one. So you need to be working on that. And there's a lot of ways to do that. I'm not going to go deep because we got a lot to cover today. The second thing you need to be working on is developing ways to find great value. So I'm just going to put great value. You're looking for valuable information that you can share with others. And here's how you do that: by learning new things. So every day you should be learning something new about your business or getting better at a specific strategy. So as you're doing your self-development, another thing you should be doing is focusing on learning new things that are going to help you and your business. Okay, and one of the things that you want to learn is you want to learn how to solve problems that you have. You're probably wondering, well, why is that so important? Because really the name of the game out of any business is solving people's problems. Okay, so your whole goal, no matter what you're doing, is to find a way to solve problems that other people have. Now, these problems are problems that you've had and that you found a solution for. Okay, so when you find a solution for something that maybe you've been struggling with for a while, doesn't matter what it is, whatever solution that you found that works really well, there is somebody else out there that's just like you who is searching for that solution. So start keeping track of things that you've solved in your life, because you may have solved something and you think it's no big deal. It just solved something that was bothering you. But in reality, there's somebody else out there who is just struggling, trying to figure out how to solve it, and you have the answer. When you realize what that is, all of a sudden it's like this light bulb comes on in your brain and you think, oh my goodness, I have something here that I can provide to the world, and help make it a better place, number one, provide great value, number two, and number three, you can make some money from it as well if that's one of your goals. So start thinking about those things that you already are really, really good at and continue to get better at them as well. Okay, so what's the third thing? The third thing that you can do, or you should be doing, and by the way, great value, that should also be a quarter of your day. I'm going to make this, hold on. I know you guys, if you're watching my screen, I'm kind of crazy here. I'm just using Notepad because that way I don't have to worry about a bunch of editing stuff, but I just realized it's not wrapping, so give me a second. There, hopefully you can see that. All right, so a quarter of your day, great value, you're learning new things, solving problems. So the third thing that you should be doing is marketing. Marketing every day. And you should you should take about half of your day. If you're brand new, definitely half of your day. Once you become more of a leader in your business, then marketing should take up about a quarter of your day. And the other quarter should be on training others or finding a system to help automate coaching and training of others. Okay, so I'm just gonna, as a kind of a side, a fourth, when you're not new, come back here. Okay, so this is 1/4 is coaching. So I'll just say coaching or finding a system to help others. Okay, so going back to number 3, you should be marketing yourself every day. What do I mean by marketing? I mean sharing information. And this is really important because I do a video, and I'm going to be posting this today, on what's the difference between an amateur and a pro. An amateur is constantly trying to sell all the time, sell, sell, sell. And they have that salesy feel to them. They come off as trying to sound more intelligent than they are. They tend to defend themselves a lot, which plants seeds of doubt in your audience, by the way. Sometimes they're even offensive. Like if people aren't buying from them, they get, they might say something that chases them away. They're trying to oversell them to get them back, which is never a good idea. And I can do a whole down and dirty just on sales tactics. But I want to just share with you your goal for marketing, and I'm going to put that down here in my notes. Your whole goal for marketing is to create understanding and to educate. Does everybody get that? I hope you do, because your goal is never, ever to go out there and try to sell people, all right? Selling is sending people away. You don't want to go out there and do that. You want to be creating an understanding of who you are, what you do, what you stand for, and then you want to be educating them. So educating people constantly by providing great value that solves a problem, and educating them on, the benefits, the why. Really, the why is the most important. Why do you have this product? Why do you have this service? Why do you do what you do? What does your business stand for? You're educating them in that. And your goal is, if you don't get defensive, if somebody says, this isn't for me, then you just, you say that's fine. Because your goal is to sort people. It's not to sell them. Your whole thing is to sort and not sell. Sort and not sell. So if you're doing the opposite of that, then you probably are not having very much success. And I know I'm being pointed here, but that's part of it. Is, if you're doing the opposite, if you're trying to convince people to join you, convince people to buy your product, then you are selling and you're not marketing. And selling is never a good way to go about your business. You want to attract people to you. You want to have rabid followers and fans, not people that buy into you just because you've sold them, because those people are not going to be loyal. Okay? All right, so hopefully this is helping you. You're getting some value from this. So this is just a targeting exercise. So you have to have this foundation in order to begin creating value. All right, so now we're going to get into the meat. Okay, how do you create value for your, to sell to people? And again, your marketing, really. How do you create that value? Okay, so let me show you another document that I have. I think this is it here. Okay, I call it Finding Your Tribe, but really what this is, and I'm going to try to make it a little bigger here if I can. There we go. This has to do with creating value. Now you're probably scratching your head saying, what do you mean? Well, here's the thing. You need to know who you are in order to create value for the same type of people that are out there. Okay, so I encourage you to go through these questions because that's going to immediately help you in realizing who you are, what you have to offer, and finding similar people that you can help. Because your goal, again, is to help people. Value means helping, providing something that's a valuable tool or technique or training that's going to help that person to overcome a problem that they have. So these are just basic questions. And if you're watching this Hangout right now, if you reply to the email I sent reminding you to go to this Hangout, I will send you this document. Okay, so you'll have it. There's a bunch of different questions on here. And when you go through it, it's going to help you to really develop your own personal tribe. Now, everybody knows my tribe. I'm Team Tough. My whole goal is I help to create powerful people, powerful business people. Specifically, I really target parents a lot because I am a parent. I'm a mom, and they call me the tough mama. So I am targeting people that perhaps are either a single mom or they're a very strong corporate mom that is looking to develop a business where they can continue to support their family. And the same could be for a dad too, but I do resonate a little bit more with females simply because I am one. So here we are. We talk about, are you married? What's your current household income? Where do you live? How old are you? Then we get down here to some of the questions. What do you like to do for fun? Who are the people that matter most to you? What kind of car do you drive? What TV shows do you watch? Outfits that you wear most often if you could. So when you start filling this out, what that does, all of a sudden you're going to have a persona, okay, a persona or avatar. What that means is you can then take the answers to this and build out the perfect audience that you would like to attract more of to you. So this is huge. This will really, really help you because now you know what they're like. They're just like you. And they have problems. So here's where we get into the problems. Okay, you have to think back on problems that you've solved or currently. You can be in the process of solving it, but it works better if it's a problem that you've already overcame in your life. So for instance, I mean, a problem that I've overcame is I don't have to go into a corporate office every day. In fact, I don't go in at all. I work out of my home every day, and I've been able to build a business around my life. And my life is around my kids. It's around, I live on a lake home, so it's things doing, going outdoors, being on the lake. And I enjoy going hiking and fishing. And most of all, I enjoy martial arts and karate. So I've been able to build a life so that I can live out those passions. Now, I know there's other people that would love to know how to do that. So one of my goals and the value that I provide is a system or a method for other people to be able to do the same thing that I've done. Now, I can't tell them how to do other things. Like if they are looking to build a multi-million-dollar business with, thousands of employees, I am not the coach for them. And, frankly, I wouldn't even know how to tell them how to do that. So I'm not trying to attract those folks. I'm only attracting those that I can help based on problems that I've solved. I hope this is helping you and you're getting this aha moment for you. Feel free to comment. There's a box below here on my Hangouts. And if you're getting value or you have questions, just log in. It's free to log in and you can write your questions or just say hello to me. And as soon as this Hangout's over, I'm going to go through and I'll answer all of those for you. Okay, I can't do it while I'm doing it because I can't do both things. Otherwise, I get all confused. It's funny. All right, so write down a problem that you had and how it affected your life. Go into a lot of detail about it, especially on how it made you feel. because especially the pain that it felt before you solved that problem. This is so valuable because once you realize that pain, now you can start seeing how you can talk to the same audience, the audience that you've built, that persona that you've built, how you can talk to them and say, I felt stressed out. I felt overworked, and I felt like I didn't have enough time for my kids. It made me feel like I was missing their life. So as you start to talk about those feelings, now you can share the problem that you had and how it made you feel, and then how you solved it. Or it could be how you're working to solve the problem. You may not have completely solved it, but you're taking positive steps in order to solve that problem. And then your goal, what do you value most? What is this, solving this problem, what does it give you, or what has it given you? And if you're working to solve the problem, what will it give you when you're done? And then you also need to think about what qualities you seek out in a good friend, because you want to work with people that you could be friends with. It is never fun to have a bunch of people that you're working with that outside of the business, you would never even consider them as a friend. That's no way to build a business. And I know that seems a little cruel and harsh, because I love people in general, but I know that if I can talk to somebody like I would a friend, we're going to resonate much better, and we're going to be able to build something great together. If I can't talk to them without feeling like I'm going to offend them, or they can't talk to me without offending me, which is hard to do, by the way, but if we have that type of distance, you're never going to have a good business. So I'm just telling you these things because I've learned them from experience. So I'm not going to go through every one of these, but this simple exercise will help you build out that persona and help you to realize that you have something valuable that you can share, especially if you've solved a problem. And that problem can be anything. Maybe you are really good at gardening. You could share how you've overcome the rabbit issue that's been devouring your gardens in the past, and now you don't have one single problem with rabbits. Maybe you are extremely good at computers, and you know how to do some things on the computer that most people don't, and you solved a problem with spam in your email box. You could share with them, how you solved it, a tool that you use, and you could even go further and offer something for sale if you know how to build it that would solve that problem for others. Okay, for me, I'm really good at the martial arts. I'm good at figuring out how to get out of just about any technique somebody puts on me. I can figure out how to get out of. It's something naturally that I've had since I was in 3rd grade. I don't know why, but I've been able to figure it out. And so I can share those things in a video, in a drawing, or something like that. I could say, if somebody has you in a choke from behind, here are some ways that you can get out of it very quickly and easily, no matter how big you are. So I'm just giving you examples so that you can see that this doesn't have to be related to just the internet business. It could be related to anything. And if you have a solution, somebody out there wants it. Okay, so I hope this has laid the foundation for you, because now I'm going to go into what can you do now that you have this solution that you've created. How can you turn that into a bait, or a type of email hook system, so that you can get people's email? And more importantly, how can you turn that into a sale? All right, are you ready for that part? Okay, so here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you another document that I produced. Okay, this is related to the martial arts. I have a lot of experience with that, so I give a lot of that as example. All right, so I realized I did this a while ago. It's probably been, I think it was over spring break when I created this, or just before spring break. A lot of people were getting ready to travel, and I was concerned that they did not know some of these safety tips that I've learned over the years for traveling. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to make a quick document. It's only 2 pages, And what I did was I wrote down some basic tips on how you can be more safe when you're traveling. So I did everything from car security to hotel and traveler tips. And then I also gave them a bonus. I had created a book a while back on Never Tell a Samurai to Surrender. So I gave them free access to that book. So I gave a link here as well. Now, in order to get this free document, which literally maybe took me 30 minutes to produce this, and I just did it in Microsoft Word, typed it all up, slapped my logo on it, tried to make it look as nice as possible, included a link to my website. In hindsight, I probably would make that link go to one of my sales pages. So this took me less than an hour to create. So then what I did was I turned it into a PDF, which you can do with anything that that you type up. I just went up here into Word. Like I said, I did it in Word. I went into File, and one of the things you can do is you can save it as a PDF. So I'll just show you how to do that. If you come into Save As, and I'll just put it under Giveaways. Okay, and then under here is Save As Type. That's one of the options, is to save it as a PDF. The reason I like to save it as a PDF is that way nobody else can change it. All of my details and everything are locked in. The other thing is most people can open a PDF. Not everybody has Microsoft Word, for example. So I like to turn anything that I build, I turn it into a PDF. Now, one of the tools that I found that's really helpful that you can use once you have created that PDF is to go to a website called PDF Hyperlink. And I'm going to go there now. Give me a second here. This was the email I sent out earlier. Probably saw that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to me today. I'm trying to open up another page here. It's slow. And, I found that when I do Hangouts, it's a lot slower to navigate the internet because there's so much stuff that I've got on my screen. So sometimes it takes a little bit. All right, here it comes, slowly but surely. Anyhow, this PDF hyperlink, and I'll try to get to it here if my internet will cooperate. It allows you to upload your PDFs, so you don't even have to, have a website to host that PDF. You can just upload it there, and it'll produce a link for you that you can then use in a capture page in order to, capture that person's email before they get that PDF. I am not having luck getting to the internet right now. Just too many things are open. So I probably am not going to be able to show you that site. But if you want to write it down, it's PDF and then it's hyphen hyperlink. And if I'll go back to my notes and I'll write it out here so you can see it. All right. Okay, so when you go to this PDF-hyperlink.pdf, that's where you can upload whatever PDF that you've created and then create a capture page. Now, if you are unsure, what is a capture page? Some of you may be brand new to this whole concept. A capture page is any page that captures that person's email. So I'm going to show you an example of that, I think. Oh, here it comes. This one's working. That's good. All right, so one of the tools that I use all the time is called, oh my goodness. Oh, I use ClickFunnels a lot, but I also use another tool, and this is so slow, I'm drawing a blank, but it's my link tool. Bear with me, guys. I'm just not used to the internet going this slow for me. Lead pages. So lead pages is the other tool, and I want to show you something really quick. If you go to my website at teamtough.com, it's loading here. If you go to my web page at teamtough.com, you'll see there's a link in the left rail that says tools. When you go into that page, there are links to all the different tools that I use on a regular basis for my marketing business. One of them is Lead Pages, and the other one is ClickFunnels. Now you can go right to the ClickFunnels site. I will tell you that if you click on these links, I do get a small kickback from both of those pages. So if you go here, I appreciate it. Otherwise, you can go straight there and then I don't get the kickback. So it's no big deal. You choose what you want to do. But what I love about Lead Pages is it allows me, it's much easier to use than ClickFunnels. I'll just tell you that right now. It allows me to create a lead page or an opt-in page. So this is an example of the opt-in page that I created for my Samurai book. And it's just book.vishanborich.com if you want to go there. And when you get there, it tells you a little bit about my book. And then when you come over here and you click download now, and my book, by the way, is just a PDF document, then it pulls up this opt-in. So people have to put in their name and their email. And then once they click, put that in there and click download now, it's going to take them right to that PDF page so that they can download it. But what happened here is I automatically get sent an email that says somebody opted in, and I get their email address, and that automatically gets saved so that I can email that person later and give them other offers. So I hope that you're getting this. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but the point is that you can literally go into Microsoft Word or whatever editing tool you have, create a simple 1 or 2 page document that outlines how you solved a problem, and boom, you have an instant lead bait that you can start producing and putting on the web and collecting people's email addresses. Now, if you've got something really great that maybe you did an entire book, maybe you have a detailed software that you've created, or maybe you have a step-by-step video that you created, you could even charge for that. So you could go into Lead Pages or ClickFunnels and create a page where they can purchase your solution to their problem and get an instant sale today, especially if you are marketing that to somebody that already has that problem and is looking for a solution. Are you guys getting ideas from this? Because literally, I just gave you the keys to the kingdom. I don't know if you know that, but I just showed you how you can literally make money from home, from anywhere, just by taking what you already know and turning it into a simple 1 or 2 page document. Amazing, huh? Now, here's the other thing. It may not always be conducive for you to create a document. Sometimes what you know, what you've learned, is better as an audio. You can actually record your voice speaking on your phone. If you have a smartphone, you can look up, and there are a number of apps that you can use. I'll just tell you real quick the one that's been really great for me. I'll just write it in my notes here for you. Okay, this is an app for you. I'm just giving you all kinds of free value here. An app, this is called Mic Pro. Okay, and I'm going to scroll down here so it goes up to the top. So Mic Pro is, I'm on an iPhone. They probably have a version of it for Android devices as well. Mic Pro allows you to record your voice. It does it in really high quality, and then it saves it. Let me see what it saves it as. It saves it as an A file. That's an AAIF. I'll just write that down. .AIFF, which is a really high quality voice. And then you can use that file and you can upload that. There's a number of websites out there that'll take your audio. Let me tell you another one that's been good for me. I think it's called SoundCloud. Give me a second. I'm looking it up here. Yeah, it's SoundCloud is the one that I've used. So if you want to upload it, you can upload it to SoundCloud. There's probably a number of other ones. I don't do that many audios. I've done a couple of them. But if you would rather do an audio talking somebody through something, or maybe you have a soothing voice and are really good at meditation, you could talk people through a guided meditation and offer that as a giveaway in order to capture their lead. You could have a more extensive one that you offered for sale. So this would be a great one. This is for voice. I'll just put that here. Okay, another one that you could do is if maybe you're going to show them how to do something and you need a visual. Video is one of the best ways to do that. I use video all the time. I absolutely love video. It's quick. I've gotten where I feel like I'm not nervous about it anymore. Obviously, I do these Hangouts all the time, so that helps. So video is great. The best one that I use all the time is YouTube. You do have the ability in YouTube to make a video private, or so that only people with the link can actually access that video. This is a great way for you to put a video someplace so that it's not public, and the only way that they can get that is by clicking on your opt-in page, giving them their email address, and then you would take them to a page that will give them that video. The other thing you can do is if you're going to do a lot of videos, you may want to consider something like Wistia. And Wistia is a video hosting. This one does cost. It's not too bad, but YouTube is free, so you can, that one's nice. But YouTube does have a lot of crazy rules and stuff, so make sure you read their privacy and their settings and some of their their legal documentation, because if you post something that's a video and you have any type of music that's copyrighted in there, or imagery that's copyrighted, such as maybe you show a Coca-Cola can, that could get you slapped with a lawsuit because you're using something without permission. So you have to be really careful. You always have to be careful with anything that's copyrighted, but especially on video. Then the other thing is Wistia, you pay for this one. It doesn't mean that you can use other people's songs and stuff in your videos, but you do have a little more control with Wistia because you own it. So they can't just turn off your videos like they can with YouTube. So these are just a couple of options. Now, again, the way that I would use this in order to make sales and get leads is to create a capture page that has them enter their email address before you give them the lead, before you give them the bait. In other words, the video training or the audio training or some kind of a PDF document that you've created. The nice thing about all of these solutions is that they're evergreen. If you're creating something that's out there that you can sell again and again and again, or get leads from again and again and again, you've done it once, you did the work once to create it. Now you have something that you can use again, over and over again, and continue to bring in more people into your business. All right, so you're probably wondering, okay, that's great. I'm getting leads now. I've got these, these bait, the bait that you've talked about built. How do I start making the sales? Well, that's the next part that I'm going to talk about. Is in order to now make sales, you really need to start building out what's called an autoresponder. Okay, so an autoresponder is what happens when you have those leads that come in from these folks. So you have their emails, they're coming in, and now what happens? Well, the first thing that should happen is you want to give them a copy of whatever it is that you originally sent them to. So give them a copy of the bait. I call it the bait because that's what got them to give you their email address to begin with. So give them a copy of, the PDF document that you created, the audio file, or video. And it also could be that video just backing up. It could also be a Hangout, and you can use Google Hangouts for that. So it could be a live training that you produce, and they just sign up in order to access that training. So you should give them a recorded copy of whatever it is that you offered in that first email. The second email, and that could come out the same day, should be an introduction. So an introduction is you're telling them, who you are, how they can get in contact with you, and what you are offering to them. In other words, what they can expect. So the introduction is who you are, how they can contact, and expectations. So you need to set those expectations so that when they start getting a bunch of emails from you, that they don't instantly opt out because they didn't know that they were going to get a bunch of emails from you. Okay, they're expecting a copy of whatever it is that you offered them in the beginning, but they may not be expecting anything else from you. So I'm very transparent with my audience. I like to let them know what they can expect from me. Okay, so then the next thing you want to do, and this could be a day or two later, is send out the first informational email. So I'll just put first info email. Now, with this email, you're basically going to give them more value. Okay, and this additional value could be an extension of the original bait that you provided. Like, let's go back to maybe you're a swim coach, okay, and you happen to have maybe you produced a quick video on how to do the crawl, which is a type of stroke if you're not a swimmer. And then maybe on your next one, you want to teach them, how to do the breaststroke. So now you're going to provide them with additional value and content. And so then you would continue to provide them value. And then maybe at the bottom of this email, you provide a link to your free course, or it doesn't have to be free, to your course. Maybe you offer, if you're a swim coach, maybe you offer a complete online course that they can watch and become a better swimmer. If you are in the business that I'm in, perhaps you have an internet marketing course that you sell that you can help people so that they can market their businesses online and become even better at getting sales from the internet. So I'm just giving you guys some more tips and ideas, and you're going to have a minimum of 5 emails. So what do you do in each email? So let's just say 4 through 6. These are your additional emails. You're going to either send a reminder that maybe they missed your first reminder of a past email with link, or B, you're going to give them another value-based email. Okay, and by doing that, you're going to start creating a very active audience who opens your emails, because they're going to be expecting great value from you. And that's what they want. They want value. They don't want somebody that's just spamming them with a bunch of sales messages. They want to receive something that's going to help them with their original reason that they signed up with you to begin with. Okay, now of course at any time they can opt out. You have to make sure all of your emails have a way for them to unsubscribe. That's part of the canned spam laws. So you need to make sure, no matter how you're sending these emails out, that you have a way for them to unsubscribe. So must have opt out. Now, again, remember, you are sorting people. You are not trying to sell them. You're sorting them. Okay. Now, here's one of the things you can do. And I didn't say this earlier because I wanted to, just build that foundation, is within your bait, your actual PDF or whatever it is that you create, you should build into that a link, some way for them to actually purchase what it is that you're selling. Okay. So you might just say something as simple as, if you like this, click here on this link, and I have an even more detailed program where you can get more information on how to do this. So by doing that, you are creating a solution to their problem, and you're also going to get an opportunity to make a sale that day, because there are going to be people that come and see what you have, and they're going to want a solution immediately. Okay, so that's your goal too, is to give them an easy way for them to access your full product, so that you in fact could make a sale that day for those people that are ready to make a decision today. Now, keep in mind, going back to the beginning of this hangout, your goal is to create education and understanding. So everything you do should be spoken in terms that sounds like you are educating them or helping them to understand it. You are not going to get defensive, and you're not going to get pushy in anything that you do online. So, one of the things that I've learned is to share, why you're excited about this. Rather than selling them, talk about how this has helped you or how you solved it. This is your why. So you might say, like if you're in the business that I'm in, here's an example of something you might say, and I'll even write it down for you. Okay, give me a clean page here. Okay, so here's what you might say. You might say, let me see if I can type effectively. You might say, I'm excited about my future with this company. If I can type, right? Because I realized that things weren't going to change until I did something to change it. So now, instead of trying to sell them, you're just sharing your own experience. So isn't that a great way to talk about your business? And here's the thing too, if you want to get even more sales, like if you want to get that sale today, one of the things you can do is you can start messaging people in Facebook or via email that you already know, that you already have a relationship with, and start off with, just connecting. Reconnect with them if you haven't spoken to them in a while, and just say, hey, how are you doing? And, don't try to sell them, but rather say, I haven't spoken to you in a while, and I recently produced a book or a PDF on how to solve this, and I thought about you, and I thought you might like it. And if you're interested, let me know, and I'll send you the link. Don't send them the link until after they have said, yeah, that sounds great, I would like to see it. Then send them the link. But your whole goal here is to try to build that relationship with people and help them solve that problem. You're going to find that if you send them a link, and you're going to send them a link not directly to the PDF, you're going to send them a link. If you don't already have their email, send them a link to that capture page where they enter in their email in order to download your document. Okay, and when they go to that download page, there also should be a link to the sales page. So you may get a sale right then just because they say, wow, look at what you're doing. This is really great. This solves a problem that I've had. You've written it out, or you've taken a video of how to solve it. Wow, I want to see what else you're doing. And you'll have a link there so that they can get started today. All right, so here's a couple other things that you can say or that you can do. One of the PDFs that I created, and I'm just going to go to the top here, I actually took my own story and I created a simple PDF out of it. So this is kind of like a mini book. I have a much larger book that I produced. It took me weeks to do, that shares all of my story. But with this one, I just took a couple pictures that I had collected from my travels, and I created this story. So it starts off with, powerless to powerful business owner. Have this picture in front of a mansion that I stayed at in Orlando. And then we come down here, and it just shares my story. And I have a few more other pictures that I put in here. This is literally only 3 pages. Shares my story, that's it. Shows a picture of my sons. And then down at the bottom, it has a link so that they can get more information. So, I mean, this right here has been a really big help for me. I started getting sales right away just by sharing this story. And a great way to share the story is to post a photo or something on Facebook. Like I could post this photo on Facebook and just have this title and say, hey, I recently wrote this story on how I became, a powerless single mom and turned into a powerful business owner. And I'm giving away, how I did that in a free document. And you can download this document by clicking on this link. So then you include a link to your capture page. They go there and they can download your little 3-page document. And now you have their email address, number one. Number two, they've learned something about you. You're going to provide value in here on how you did what you did. And then from there, you can start, hitting them up with these different value-based emails and turning those people into sales. Okay. The other thing I recommend is to ask questions of people. This is another way to help get sales, is to start asking questions. Let me go back to my little notes here. So ask questions. You want to ask a lot of questions. And here's some good examples for questions that you can ask people. So, number one, you want to ask, are they, how is the quality of their life? So you might ask something along the lines of, how are things going for you? And really listen to what they say. If they just say fine, and you might try to expand on that and say, are you happy in your career right now? What's going on in your career? What's going on? What type of projects are you working on right now? I mean, these are questions that are going to get people to open up to you. And I know if you don't have any leads right now, one of the best ways is to reach out to people that you know or already are friends with you on Facebook or LinkedIn or any social media site, and just start asking them how they're doing and listen to them. And then just plant some seeds that, hey, I was thinking about you, and I just wanted to share some of the projects that I'm working on because I thought it might be something that you're interested in. And so basically you're sharing projects that you're working on. You're sharing, maybe something that you created, like that, an audio, video, or a PDF. You're sharing information. If you know that somebody is having a hard time right now that you might say, hey, I was thinking about you. I know you're having a rough time right now. I just wanted to share something that helped me. And, say, hey, I'm not trying to sell you on it. I mean, just be honest with them, be transparent, and let them know, hey, I have a solution that I found. It's worked really well for me. I'm sharing it because you're my friend and I care about you. And here's where you can get information. Always give them free information first. So you don't want to sell people. When you're marketing, you're attracting. So give them free value first. And then later on, give them link to your sales page. Now, only give that to them if they ask. You can include it in your free value, or you can include it in your emails. Usually I want to include it in their second or third email, never the first one, because you want to start building that relationship first. Okay, so I've gone on and on now, but I think I've accomplished my goal today, and that was, simple exercise that you can do in order to start building value-based information. And I've provided you several ideas on how you can start getting sales today. So let me go back. I'm going to flip my screen around so we can talk for just a little bit more here. All right, here it is. All right, so I want to, first of all, thank you for being on these Hangouts. I know that I do them in the middle of the afternoon. A lot of you are working, and it's sometimes hard to get on these Hangouts. Keep in mind, I do record them. So you can always come to the link that you're on now and view the most recent Hangout. Now, it will get updated on Monday, usually an hour or so before the Hangout starts. So be sure to check those out. And I hope that you are getting value from these. I base all of my content on value that I was given when I first came into this business, and on new things that I've learned, or on questions that people ask me. So if you have questions and you're trying to grow a business or find a business where you can actually work from home, then I encourage you to reach out to me, or reach out to the person who invited you to this hangout. Okay, I want to give you one more tip that I started doing recently, and it's really proven successful. And that is, I started keeping notes of questions that people ask me on a regular basis, either related to business or life, or just improving, solving a problem that they might have. So here's what I started doing. I started writing down a question, and then I'll shoot a video that talks about that question and answers it, on just giving my perspective. Okay, I am not going to be an expert on every topic, but if I have a question that I have solved, or I have come to a realization on, I will take one single topic, produce a short video on it, and then I will send that out via email to my lead list and post it on Facebook or other social media sites. And what that does is I'm answering questions that people already have. So I'm building rapport, I'm building trust. I'm also building more of a following. I'm getting a lot more people that are following me or liking me on Facebook, a lot more people that are signing up, because they are seeing that I'm answering questions, and they know that I'm going to help them too, which is my goal. My goal is to show you that I'm a real person, and I'm out here to help you to be a success. It's no fun if I'm the only one that's being able to live the life of my dreams. I really, truly want to help other people to build the lifestyle of their dreams. So I know I've talked your ear off today, but I hope you've gotten value. And most of all, I hope you have a great week. Make your day the best it can be. We only live once. Get out there and do whatever it is that makes you happy. And I guarantee you that there's a way to monetize it. Just talk to me and we'll figure out a way to do it. So we'll talk to you next week. Take care. This is Vishan Borich from Team Tough.